decide you spoke with the AAA of the toy fame. Send on your Babel subscription.
Y'all tuned to 92.9 WMSR, Miami's swamp radio, where the humidity's thick, the truth is thicker, and the past ain't history. It's a hangover with a bayonet. This is In Country, and I'm your host, Billie Jo Beam, sitting here with a mason jar of moonshine, strong enough to dissolve a carburetor, a Marlboro hanging off my lip like it's paying rent, and memories that smell like diesel fuel, jungle rot, and a motel Bible nobody ever read sober. Back in the day, Americana wasn't artisanal coffee and overpriced denim. No sir, it was gas station beef jerky, so tough it doubled as body armor. A jukebox that only played Hank because the other records were too scared, and a Chevy that rattled like an M60 having existential crisis. Folks call it nostalgia. I call it the soundtrack to a country that never washed its hands, never apologized, and never once read the instructions on anything it bought. Americana was a screen door slamming in the wind like it owed somebody money, a lawn chair rusted shut from 3 generations of bad decisions, and a cooler full of beer that tasted like freedom and tetanus. It was your Uncle Earl swearing he could fix anything with duct tape, a socket wrench, and a little bit of attitude, right before he set the shed on fire. It was a time when men didn't cry, they just stared into the middle distance like they were remembering a war they weren't even in. Because in this country, the past don't stay buried. It rides shotgun, drinks your moonshine, and tells you stories you ain't ready to hear. Sometimes the swamp fog rolls in thick as courthouse lies, and I swear I hear Hueys thumping overhead like they're late for Judgment Day. One sip of this shine, brewed in a still so illegal, it has its own alias, and suddenly I'm back in the Mekong Delta, counting tracer rounds like fireflies with anger issues. Funny thing about war, you don't remember the medals. You remember the smell of wet socks fermenting in your boots, the taste of instant coffee that could dissolve a horseshoe, and the sound of your buddy's laugh right before the jungle swallowed it like it was collecting souls for a scrapbook. Folks say time heals all wounds. Time don't heal nothing. Time just puts a little duct tape on the memory, hands you a cigarette, and says, "Good luck, kid." And every now and then, when the moon's sitting low and the gators are humming their murder lullabies, I swear I can still hear my old sergeant yelling, "Move like you've got a purpose." And that some discipline back then wasn't yoga mats and mindfulness apps. Hell, the only mindfulness we had was minding whether the claymores were pointed the right direction. Discipline was keeping your rifle cleaner than your conscience, your boots tied tighter than your alibi, and your head lower than the grass that was trying to kill you. Superior officers barked orders like they were auditioning for a dog food commercial, but the real lessons came from the mud that sucked at your legs. like it wanted custody. The sweat that tasted like battery acid, and fear, and the silence after the firefight, that heavy, holy quiet where even the mosquitoes held their breath. And let me tell you, moonshine burns just like napalm, but at least it don't come with paperwork, congressional hearings, or a lieutenant asking why your eyebrows are gone. Folks today talk about self-care. Back then, self-care was not dying before breakfast and hoping your socks dried before they developed their own personality. Discipline wasn't a lifestyle, it was a survival strategy, a bad joke, and a prayer whispered into the jungle that sometimes whispered back. This is in country Miami's Swamp Radio, where the night sweats back at you. Americana ain't apple pie, sweetheart. It's a ghost sitting beside you in the passenger seat, drinking from the same jar, telling you stories you ain't sober enough to hear. Keep your boots muddy, your shine cloudy, and your past on a short leash. Because out here in the swamp, the memories don't fade. They reload. 92.9 WMSR, Miami's Swamp Radio. In country, where nostalgia don't comfort you, it stalks you through the palmettos.